Transervice has been a leader in the transportation and fleet maintenance industry for over 50 years. If you're a professional driver or technician looking for opportunities to be the best and work with the best, then we want you working at Transervice. Our current workforce includes over 1,000 drivers and technicians, managing over 24,000 pieces of equipment in over 120 regional and local facilities across North America and Puerto Rico, and we're getting larger all the time. Our corporate philosophy of trust, respect, and honesty has led to employees that have spent their entire career with Transervice. As with our employees, we have many customer relationships exceeding 20 years. You'll have the opportunity to learn and grow professionally in an environment that values and rewards excellence, with a variety of perks such as education support, recognition awards, career advancement opportunities, and more. A great work-life balance, a company built on values, recognition, and rewards for excellence. While our competitors offer jobs, Transervice offers you a career, not just a job. Contact us today.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811!
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
Watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of great racing in the Transervice Sim500, Bristol 150, here in the Ghost Fire Media Network. I'm Randy Bever, alongside my co-host, my cohort, my good friend, Nick Adams. What is happening, baby?
It's short track Wednesday night. Tempers are going to flare. Points are on the line. Championship implications are bound to come. Round number 2 of the round of 18 of the 2022 Sim500 Transervice Truck Series playoffs. And I can't wait.
Did you say playoffs?
I said playoffs, Randy. Speaking of playoffs, let's go to our board to update everybody. This has been 2 weeks on our championship standings. Your winner 2 weeks ago, Daniel Falkenham, leads them off here. And you have Pedro Mojica in second, Chad Coleman in third. Those guys are all pretty comfortable right now. Derek Myers in fourth, Tyler Dalton in fifth, again pretty comfortable. Mike Kelly in sixth, Hamish Gallagher in seventh, Scott Simley eighth, Ryan Howard ninth, Justin Fuller 10th, Richard Beasley in 11th, Joey Gattina in 12th. That's where you start to get a little bit concerned, right? Like 11th, 12th, 13th. That's where you're like, listen, I need to be above 12th position to get myself out of here. I got to do something, right? Well, I mean, listen, 6 drivers, Randy Pepper, after next week, go home, don't get to compete for a championship. They still get to race, but they don't get to compete for that number 1 spot in the season.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, we've got some guys under the cut right now from 13th on back to 18th that some of them we really did not expect to see them in that undercut. Trey Eidson, Bentley Glazer, E.J. Rourke, Tommy Ryan. I mean, these guys are big-time names that we would not expect to be below the cut line right now, but they are. And we got guys on the bottom there. They are just kind of sitting there that are within striking distance. Justin Fuller, Richard Beasley, and Joey Gattina are all right there within striking distance of any of these guys. So they've all got to be on their guard. And here we are at Bristol, one of the most brutal tracks of any of these tracks. And you've got to be on your game tonight. A good thing is the track is sticky. So we should see some great racing tonight.
We definitely should, and it's Bristol, so it's just gonna get better and better as the night goes on. And why won't that go away?
I don't know.
There we go. Well, qualifying has begun, and the first 10 trucks have already set their times. Randy Pepper, Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, Ryan Howard, Mike Kelly, Bentley Glazer, Glenn Campbell, Tyler Dalton, Mike Montesi, Joey Gattina, Jeff Ryan, all set times here so far. Justin Fuller being your provisional pole setter. We look at Pedro Mojica on his second lap out of turn 2 down the short back stretch into turn 3 here. Going to keep it right on that bottom of the racetrack. Fastest way around the track. Crosses the start-finish line. Jumps himself to P7, 14.9. Chad Coleman crossed the start-finish line. He's going to jump himself to 4th with a 14.84. Good job for him. We look at Scott Simley now in the number 12. That Toyota out of turn 4. Out of turn 2 that time. Going to go around into turn 3 and 4 this time. 150 circuits here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't pay attention, it'll be gone quick. It's 14.5 seconds around this beautiful racetrack. Scott Simley will not improve on his second lap. Jose Gonzalez, he jumps up to 10th with a 14.93 as his first lap. He's trying to get himself a provisional pole maybe here tonight. Comes through 3 and 4. Only needs to gain 0.2 of a second. He'll be on the pole. Out of turn 4, Jose Gonzalez, I apologize. He 14.91. He does improve. Not enough.
No, and Daniel Falkingham is out on the track as we speak, too.
He jumps P7, 14.87. We'll watch his second lap here. I'm going to assume Daniel's going to do a second. He's not going to do a second lap.
Oh, trouble.
Derek Myers out of turn 4 to begin his first lap here. Just 2.5 minutes remaining in qualifying. Everybody on the track will get a lap in here tonight.
Was fast during practice for
he
sure.
Very much sure was. Down through the backstretch here where we come out of turn 4 for his first lap. You see him doing the diamond cut of that corner. Out of turn 4, he's going to put himself provisionally back in P14 there. His second lap, he's going to drive it on the bottom of the racetrack. See what Derek Myers can do in turns 3 and 4 this time. A lane and a half up, brings it down to the bottom of the track. Out of turn 4, Derek Myers across the start-finish line. He's going to jump himself to P4 provisionally. A heck of a lap for Derek Myers.
But not what he was doing in practice, so.
Daniel
And we
Falkenham
see,
is just getting some practice laps in here, taking the advantage of the ability to go out there, run a little bit of extra practice.
He did turn one lap, so he only gets one shot at it.
He did. He got one shot at it with a 14.87. He's going to start provisionally currently P8. A minute left here in qualifying. Looks like everybody has done their laps here. Josh Parker is here tonight. I don't see Trey Eidson yet. That would mean Trey Eidson would be eliminated from the playoffs right here and now.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, this is a guy that we had really thought that might do something through this whole, little playoff system here. But, man, if he's not here, you can't do anything. So, unfortunately for Trey, one of our favorites is not going to go on. So there are the qualifying results. Saying up so all our fans can watch.
Yeah, that is going to be the end of qualifying there, folks. It's going to be another 30 seconds until we can officially show you the final standings, as I just do a couple of corrections here on the back end for a couple of things that we need to get done. That's the life of a broadcaster during the playoffs, making sure that everything is correct for your viewing experience.
We are now in warm-up session. So if anybody needs to do any final adjustments, they will do it now.
Just some live shots of that as we continue to update a couple of things here.
While he's updating that, let me just say I took some practice laps around here to find out what the track felt like. After doing about 40 laps around the track is very sticky. It's a good racing track. The only problem anyone's going to have tonight, if anything, is it may be tight off the turns. The only way you're going to get loose at this track is if you go below the concrete. You get down on that asphalt down there, you will get loose. I don't imagine we will see anyone do that. I think the more
not willingly.
Not willingly, but I think the biggest part we're going to see, a biggest problem will be people getting too tight off the turns, trying to run it a little too quick off the turns and getting into the wall.
All right, folks.
But drive's really great, though.
Just as we did in the regular season finale, and as we've done with the playoff points so far. Wow, it's right up there for me. Thank you. Just as we did with the playoff points so far, yellow drivers mean they're under the cut line. They're not eliminated yet, but they are under the cut line. They need a good race here tonight to get themselves out from under that cut line. Green drivers mean they're currently above the cut line. Red drivers mean they're eliminated. Folks, here is your official grid for tonight's event here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, where rubbin' is 100% racing. Starting on pole, Justin Fuller in the number 51, Tommy Ryan second in the number 99, third Ryan Howard, fourth going to be Derek Myers, fifth Chad Coleman, sixth Mike Kelly, seventh Bentley Glazier, eighth going to be Daniel Falkenham, ninth Glenn Campbell, 10th Pedro Mojica. Really quick, something to point out there, of the top 10, 9 of them are playoff drivers. Think about that. The cream really does rise to the top. Yeah. Tyler Dalton in 11th, Jose Gonzalez back in 12th. Back in 13th could be Mike Montesi, 14th Scott Simley, 15th Joey Katina, 16th Doug Roth, 17th Ron Holyfield, 18th Kevin Stone, 19th Brian Wertman, 20th Jeff Ryan, 21st Richard Beasley, 22nd John Eckhart, the 4th, 23rd Josh Parker, 24th Charles Woods. Going to keep an eye on Josh Parker. He did not race last week. He's currently below the cut line. Tommy Ryan going to be your inside pole sitter. Justin Fuller got the pole. He's going to choose the inside lane here on the green flag start. That is the outside lane. I apologize. Tommy Ryan will do the inside lane. Justin Fuller making the smart decision. But when that green flag drops, Randy Pepper, my driver to watch you tonight is Tommy Ryan.
Mine is, I'm going to stick with Justin Fuller. I think Justin Fuller's got something for him tonight. I think he's got to do something. He has to. Actually, both of these top two guys, Tommy Ryan and him, both have to make a statement tonight if they want to remain safe. Is the word safe. So pace truck will bring the field around the Bristol Motor Speedway as we get ready to go green flag racing for 150 laps around the Bristol Motor Speedway. One of Bruton Smith's favorite tracks here on the Tennessee-Virginia line. pace truck is off. Here we go. Field stacks them up 2 by 2. And green flag is happening. Field all in trouble. Will pull out going away from getting away from line. 2 behind line as they complete lap number 1.
They're 2 by 2 throughout this pack right now, Randy Pepper. Everybody jumping around the racetrack side by side, 2 wide throughout the track. Right now, Tommy Ryan comfortably sits in second. Derek Myers back in third, but the first battle we start seeing is back in 8th position, and the caution is out. We've got cars around Ron Holyfield, Joey Gattina. It's a big one out of turn 4. Holy schmoly!
Wow,
look at how
Beasley
many
was in
trucks are involved in that. This is going to have, I mean, I know I've said it a bunch of times, this is going to have playoff implications.
Yes, I agree with that.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Let's see what happened here. Well, it all starts way back here, and we'll start on Ron Holyfield because that's the first driver I see have an incident here. Goes off into turn 4. They're checking up in front of him. They're already wrecking.
No.
It was Glenn Campbell.
Campbell.
Glenn Campbell started in 9th, and it started up with him. My goodness. It starts with Tyler Dalton here off into 4. No, Glenn just gets loose all by himself. The back end comes around. You don't see that very often in these trucks, but look at the amount of trucks that get involved in this.
Well, the crazy thing is, like I said, I ran laps around this track for 40 laps. I didn't see any looseness at all.
It just snapped loose on it by itself in the middle of the corner. Joey Gattina, big damage. The 3, big damage. The 1, the playoff drivers got through that. But I'll tell you who didn't get through that, who's the unlucky guy tonight. Joey Gattina's going to finish 29th.
Wow.
Joey Gattina, who came into this race with a decent gap, is going to go into next week having to have a fantastic race.
Tough break for Joey.
Wow. What a shock. And Joey is, I mean, he's currently on pit road. He's trying to get it fixed. Richard Beasley's involved in the 10. Tyler Dalton's involved in the 19. I mean, 3 playoff drivers with serious damage on their machines. Hamish Gallagher got through without any damage. Luckily for him, Scott Simley did the same thing, but Tyler Dalton and Richard Beasley got off pretty scot-free here. Joey Gattina took a big shot right to the front of that truck.
Yeah, that could be a wham bam, thank you, ma'am night for sure.
Well, they are doubled back up. They are coming to the 1 to green. The pace truck will jump off in the middle of the backstretch. Give these drivers the control in 3 and 4. Justin Fuller, your leader. He's going to bring them around corner number 4. He's going to bring them back to the start-finish line. Give them the opportunity to come back here. Justin Fuller has the field in his control, and he's away. We go back here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Justin Fuller with another great start here. You see the field stacking up behind him, 2 by 2 by 2. We got another wreck.
Around.
We got another wreck. Pedro Mojica's around. Pedro Mojica, and the caution is out again. This is so unlike the Sim500 esports guys.
Yeah, this is actually amazing to me.
There's a lot. I think there's a lot of tension. I think they're all. It's been 2 weeks since they've raced. There's a lot on the line here with the playoffs coming in, and we'll see where it begins. Ron Holyfield, number 1, involved in this again, but this time he's all by himself. He's got nowhere to go. Hey, he's got nowhere to go. Just runs into the back of the 44, which turns the 19 of Tyler Dalton around. Tyler Dalton, unfortunately, involved in another one. Let's take a look. And you said
it's Pedro Mojica when he started.
Mojica went around, eh? Let's take a look.
Looked like
here.
it was like somebody must have got in the back.
Pedro Mojica got dumped. Oh, he got dumped by Jose Gonzalez. I don't think he meant to get. I don't think he meant to dump him, but he dumped him. And then the checking up. Yeah, the checking up behind him is what got the 10 and all that.
Beasley might have got something back there as well.
Something might have happened here under caution. Possibly, maybe.
How no one hit Pedro, I don't know.
Nothing happened. So, let's take a look. Let's go on board the 10, Richard Beasley here, and see what he sees out of his front wheel. You can see the 10 just out in front of him right there. You see he's on the brakes hard. He's checking up, and he just gets rammed into from the back. He's already got enough problems. He's just trying to figure out how he's going to get away from not getting hit anymore.
And I think that may be the biggest problem tonight is some of these guys checking up for what's in front of them, and they get rear-ended from behind.
10 laps in, we're on our second caution. Randy, we went the last 2 races with 2 cautions in total.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
This kind of, it's brings back a memory of a guy by the name of Blake Gordon. One time we called a race. You recall he took out the whole field?
I'm sorry, hold on. Let me, 3 races, 4 cautions, 5 races. Okay. In the last 5 races, we've had 10 cautions. The way the evening is going tonight, we're definitely going to flip side.
Not necessarily. Let's hope that they've got it out of their system. Maybe they'll be a little bit more careful with each other.
Who's gotten his way up to 14th cleanly without any damage so far. Now it's been 11 laps of cautions pretty much. He's gotten himself up to 14th. That's what the 81 needed to do.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do. He's got to get up there, get some spots, and get some points. And he's got to, he's got a little bit of help from Joey Cantina. His bad night. We'll see. We will see in about roughly 139 laps. So,
well, the lights are off on the pace truck again. We take a look at our leaders. The 51 of Justin Fuller's led all 12 laps. The 99 of Tommy Ryan has spent all 12 laps in second spot. Coming out of turn 4, the green flag's going to wave again. Justin Fuller going to bring him off into turn 1. The Ryan Howard machine is going to try to put himself on the outside of Tommy Ryan. It's not going to happen. We're still green. We made it through turn 1 into turn 3. And you see the battle for third right there. Derek Myers on the inside of Ryan Howard. Everybody calm down a little bit. Through 1 and 2 this time. Ryan Howard on the outside. The 23 of Derek Myers to the inside. This battle's going to rage on for another lap, Randy Pepper.
Not so sure that some of these guys are trying to get away from some of the carnage that may happen behind them. They're trying to get away and just kind of separate themselves and kind of let them battle themselves out here before something happens like it has already happened twice before. As you see, actually drifting up to the top of the track and almost kissing the outside line.
Yeah, that outside lane is definitely something you want to watch here. As it begins to rubber in, the track gets a little more sticky. You run that outside lane longer, more, and you're not going to ruin your right side tires doing it. You're going to see more drivers up there because if you're turning in so hard, you're killing that right front tire getting to the bottom of the racetrack. Yes, it might be the fastest way around here, but it's not the fastest way when you have to go 100 laps on a set of tires. So if you look at Derek Myers right now, he's going to slide up. He's going to fall behind Daniel Falkenham, slide up to that third lane, and cool off that right front tire before he makes a move again on Daniel Falkenham.
He has to. There's no way you're going to survive this and be able to make it all the way to our first pit stop for tires if you run that bottom lane. As long as you run that bottom lane, like you said, the tires are going to get chewed up and you're going to get spit out before long. So these guys are going to have to learn to run that top line around the Bristol Motor Speedway if they want to survive the 150 laps tonight.
You can run that inside lane for 5 or 6 laps consistently and not really destroy your tires. And once you start doing more than that, you have to allow yourself to slide back up the racetrack. Take what you've got, keep it, and then just sit there for a little while. Allow yourself. There we go. That's right. Allow yourself. You have to allow yourself to let that right front tire cool down. That right front tire needs to cool down a lot. You gain 15, 20, 25 degrees driving that bottom lane for 5, 6, 7 laps in a row. You only lose 6 or 7 degrees when you go up to that outside lane. You're not turning it nearly as much, so you've got to pay attention to how hard you push those right side tires.
And it's not just that, it's also the brakes. The brakes, just like regular NASCAR Craftsman trucks, or not Craftsman trucks,
it's Craftsman trucks again.
It actually is, Cat.
No, do we have a caution, maybe? No, we do have trucks on the wall. I heard somebody hit the wall. I'm not sure who it was.
I did hear that too. Maybe somebody just scrubbed
We'll keep an eye on it.
But we do know that the brakes will get hot, and as they get hot, the trucks will start to not slow down as quick as they normally would. So they have to watch that as well. So that's another factor in here. And I'm sure as the updates keep going on, by the way, iRacing actually did update some things today. And we got some new updates. So if you're a sim racer and you have run any of the new tracks or anything, let us know. Leave a comment down below and let us know how you like the new updates that iRacing just did release.
But Randy, every time we go to a racetrack, I try to compare it to something in other major sports to really allow people who aren't specifically racing fans but are trying to get into racing how they understand what these tracks are like. So Daytona's like our Super Bowl. Talladega is our clown show. It's where we go to have fun. It's where we go to really put the sport on display. Atlanta's like a PGA Tour final. You love that track now. You can't wait to see. That's hole 19 on an 18-hole golf course where you are in sudden death for 160 laps, right? Bristol Motor Speedway, it's our Rose Bowl. It's our NCAA National Championship game. It is probably our second most prestigious race of the year we go to because of the history of the last great Coliseum. We can't really call that anymore because we go to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum now. But this is NASCAR's last great Coliseum. You look as you go through around this track on board with Tommy Ryan for these last 4 or 5 laps, there's not a break in these stands. And if you see, there's not a seat in these stands that are empty. I get this is the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, and you're saying, Nick, you're full of it. There's always going to be empty seats at Bristol Motor Speedway. It doesn't matter if it's 2008 when the economy crashed, when it's 2014 when attendance was down at all NASCAR races, when it was 2016 and fans said the sport was dying. Bristol Motor Speedway was sold out every single time you went to it. You know why? It's the most historic racetrack besides Daytona and Talladega we have on the circuit. And there's a caution on the track. Glenn Campbell has gone around. Again, the 44 has gone around. We'll take a look, see what's going on with the 44. He's got some pretty serious damage from the earlier incident. I don't believe there's any more damage from this incident. Let's take a look. Him and the 40 might have got it together here in turn 1, or it might have stepped out on him again. Him and the 40, he got turned. Help. He got turned. That right there, that looked like a little bit one of those Bristol payback moments. There might have been some issues with them earlier on in this race. But Randy Pepper, I got a little bit of NASCAR trivia for you. Who has won the most races at Bristol Motor Speedway?
Darrell Waltrip.
How many races has Darrell Waltrip won?
17?
17, that's what you're going to say.
I think so. I'm not positive on that, but I'm believing that's close.
17, huh?
I think. He's looking it up, folks.
I'm not looking it up. I just want to make sure I'm right. I know the answer to it.
Okay.
I know the answer. I'm just confirming my knowledge as we see drivers come down for pit stops here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's a beautiful racetrack, Randy. It really is. I love everything about the Bristol Motor Speedway. And when you go to the Bristol Motor Speedway, folks, you cannot forget to get those front row seats. You can't sit anywhere else at Bristol. You cannot sit anywhere else.
He's lying to you, folks. He's lying to you.
Leave my seats alone. You take the ones down front. You don't get the good ones. I get the good ones. The best seats at Bristol Motor Speedway, and I know this is going to be crazy, the cheap seats are actually the front down seats. The cheapest seats in the track that you're going to purchase are the ones down low. You can get front row seats on turn 1 at price $65, $70. You get the ones up top.
2 other races.
Yeah, you get the ones up top. You're paying $600-$700 for some of these races to go up top. These up top seats, those up top seats, those are where the money's at, buddy. That's where the money's at. That's where the racing's at. You want to be up top because you want to be able to see every single second of this .487 mile racetrack.
And unfortunately, this is not one of those tracks I get to go to, because unfortunately my free pass to the garages and then all my good stuff decides he doesn't want to call this race. So I don't get to go to this track, and I've always wanted to go to this track, and it bums me out.
Really? You've never gone to this track?
I have never been to this track. No. And he says, now next year we probably will go to this track. As long as El Bandito Yankee Tequila wants to sponsor the band to go to Bristol, we might go to Bristol next year, I'm hoping.
Okay, so most wins ever at the Bristol Motor Speedway, Darrell Waltrip with 12.
12, okay.
Kyle Busch has 9. Most laps completed at the Bristol Motor Speedway, 26,026. Who do you think set that record?
Richard Petty?
The Iron Man. Terry Labonte.
Oh,
Folks, for those of you who don't know a lot about NASCAR and are trying to get into it, while we're under caution here and while we get these first couple of laps going, one of the most historic finishes at Bristol Motor Speedway, 1998? 6. Was it 6? We go back green flag race, and I'll tell you about that here in a few more laps as we see Justin Fuller in second. 4 brand new tires. He's getting swirly. That's going to happen throughout the pack. Oh, Justin Fuller's around. He's going around. He's took fucking in with them. Tommy Ryan. The 20th. Oh, my goodness. We're going to stay straight. No damage. But for a second there, I thought we were at Bristol Dirt. Oh, my God. Holy freaking schmoly. Justin Fuller sent it off into the corner. He couldn't keep it straight. Daniel Falkenham had nowhere to go. Tommy Ryan had nowhere to go. Derek Myers had nowhere to go. The 23 had nowhere to go. My goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Looked like a Norwegian cruise line bumper car.
I was going to say it looked like Bowman Gray Stadium on a Tuesday afternoon in the middle of July.
Somebody getting out of there dressed in drag trying to fight with somebody?
Anyhow. 1996. If you don't happen to 1996, Randy?
What happened? That's what I told you what year it was.
Do you know what happened in 1996?
Yeah, I do know what happened in 1996.
What happened in 1996?
I will tell you what happened. What happened was Terry Labonte was leading, and Dale Earnhardt decided that he was going to dump him on the very last lap and destroyed the car. It was one of the most destroyed cars in pit lane of all history.
What happened in 1997? Dale Earnhardt turned his ass out of turn 2, destroyed the front end of Jeff Gordon's car, and Dale Earnhardt won by that much over a young who, Randy Pepper?
Former champion Jeff Gordon.
No, he won by that much over Jimmy Spencer.
Jimmy Spencer?
Coming to the line, him and Jimmy
Mr. Excitement?
Mr. Excitement doored the crap out of him out of turn 4, coming across the start-finish line, trying to take that win away.
I don't remember.
And then Dale Earnhardt got out of the car, and what did he say? I wasn't trying to wreck him. I was just trying to rattle his cage a little bit.
He said that, but he said the same thing that he did say that about Terry Labonte that night.
I wasn't trying to wreck him. I was just trying to rattle his cage a little bit.
Yeah.
I ended up turning him. I feel so bad that I did that over there in turn 2, but, I had to win the rest.
Yeah.
God, I miss Dale Earnhardt. The reason we bring that up, folks, is because, well, tonight, it's playoffs. We've said it a couple times. I know it's repetitive, but that's what it is. That's the most important part of this race, is the playoff factor. It's the race within the race, right? It's for playoffs. Now, Randy, for a championship, would you wreck your mother?
For a championship?
For a championship. coming out of turn 4, Homestead, Miami, 2014. Your Carl Edwards right behind Tony Stewart, 2011.
Do we have safer barriers
Yes.
that time? We do. All right. Yeah, I probably would.
All right, you're Carl Edwards, right? 2011. Tony Stewart's right in front of you. You're on his back bumper coming out of turn 4. You're coming to the white flag. You're going off into turn 1. You have the opportunity to dump him into the wall to win a championship. What do?
You dump him.
I put his ass into the wall.
He didn't, though.
And then I get out of the car, I shake his hand, and I say, I'm sorry about that, but I had to do what I had to do. I know you got one coming for me, and I expect to get punched right in the mouth, but I'm still the champion.
Yep. Exactly.
Just saying. That's what we expect to happen here tonight. We expect somebody who needs to get those points, to make one of those moves, to make one of those intimidator moves. Here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, turn somebody, bump somebody, give somebody a little nudge. Hey, the old bump and run. Jeff Gordon to Rusty Wallace to Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson to Kyle Busch. One of those types of bumps and runs on the last lap, 5 to go. We expect one of those here tonight. The pace car is off. The green flag is out. 47 laps are complete, and we're back racing with Jose Gonzalez in the lead.
Jose, can you see, is off to a running start here, but it's not going to last very long. Here comes
He's got
Daniel
no tires.
Falkingham.
I didn't realize he hadn't pit yet.
No, he didn't pit. So here comes Falkingham to the bottom of the track and try to get around him. They're side by side as they come off the turn. Gonzalez is holding that outside line. I don't see how he's actually
I'm actually not shocked. The tires at Bristol Motor Speedway, Falkingham gets into him! They touched big time on a 4! There was definitely netcode, but the right side of that 39 absolutely destroyed. On a turn 4, Jose Gonzalez, he's going to drive away while Falkingham's going to have to limp his way around and try not to lose 10 positions here. My goodness, I didn't see that coming.
Things can change in a hurry tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Ooh, Myers gets way high there.
Yeah, Derek Myers is looking. He wants to get by so bad. He's got Falkingham stuck to his inside, who's slow now. He's got the 26 of Gonzalez with no tires. Him and they touch. Behind him, Justin Fuller gets a little loose. The 23 and the 39 come together. The 26 of Jose Gonzalez. Well, this is a great strategy for him. It's holding Derek Myers up, and it's causing Derek Myers to get a little bit squirrely here out of turn 4.
Guys are really looking for something, and they're not finding it at this point in the race as Gonzalez is leading the way. Falkingham is looking for some kind of opportunity either to get up in front of Jose or get up behind him, and unfortunately he doesn't have that happening as you see Myers right there holding that second position. As long as Myers is sitting up there, that means that Falkingham won't be able to fall back behind the Gonzalez car, but as we see that maybe Falkingham may be getting something, gaining some ground down the bottom of the track there, as he might.
He's got such a good run on the inside, but the thing is that momentum that the 26 can carry on the outside lane is just unbelievable compared to him. And in the 51 touch out of 2, the 26 and the 51, and now after he lost the lead, the 26 is going to get freight trained on that inside lane. He's going to be the man on his. Oh, he's going to be the man on his lonesome on the outside there. The 26 old tires held his own for 10 laps there. Very impressed by what Jose Gonzalez just did there. But man, oh man, Randy Pepper, it's not going to be enough with no tires. He's going to fall like a freaking stone in a pond.
He's here in Blackfoot just warming up the song right now.
My
he's
goodness.
falling back.
My goodness gracious. It's one of those opportunities, one of those moves. Hey, it works sometimes. It doesn't work others. It worked for 10, 15 laps for him this time, but it's not going to work anymore.
No, train. That's what he's hearing playing in his head right now. Ricky Medlock has tuned up the guitar and saying, time to go back, boy.
He's going to be in the middle this time. Now 3 wide out of turn 4. The 6 on the outside. The 81! Parker! Josh Parker's around! Parker up the track! There's a big wreck back here! Championship implications have happened again! And this time, it's with the 81 of Josh Parker. That truck is killed!
Yeah,
that thing is destroyed. My goodness. My goodness. I saw it coming. Let's take a look one more time here. I saw it coming as soon as I saw these guys go 3 wide. I knew something bad was going to happen. Parker is I don't want to say it's Josh Parker's fault because he's not under the impression that he's 3 wide here, right? He's under the impression on the exit of the corner he's got to be 2 wide because you don't go 3 wide at Bristol. He's not under the impression that you're going to go 3 wide. His spotter might not have called it out. He just had nowhere to go. I mean, he did everything he's done for the last, like, let's look at the lap before, right? Let's look at the lap before for Josh Parker, the exact same situation in the exact same corner. What does he do on the exit out of turn 2 here? You see Josh Parker as he gets under Mike Montesi here. He's going to do his little slide up the racetrack on the exit of the corner to get next to the 6 right there. See that? It's the same thing he's going to do on the next lap when he has the 26 on his outside. Now here he's assuming he's cleared the 6. He's down the front stretch, going into turn 2. He sees that the 6 is still there. His spotter may not have very well called out that they were 3 wide yet because they weren't officially 3 wide, and by the time he knew it, it was too late.
Yeah, and he was used to drifting up just about a half a lane up, and everybody else behind him or anybody beside him was drifting up about a half a lane up. So he was just kind of drifting back into his regular spot. Unfortunately, when you're 3 wide, that half a lane means a lot. So, unfortunately, he is all but out.
There was also some change at the front.
Well, Myers is up front right now.
How the heck did that happen?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Hold on.
Let's get Myers and Howard now are out in front of Fuller and Falkingham. When we went to caution, Falkingham was leading and Fuller was second. Myers was third and Howard was fourth.
Did we have drivers pit? Or was there a change for the lead as the caution was beginning?
I don't really know.
There was a change for the lead here as the caution was coming out. Falkenham got big loose.
Got big loose and Fuller got into the back of him and had to check up.
Oh, Fuller got into him. Him and Fuller touched. Falkenham almost went around in front. Oh, man. And then behind him, the incident that we saw, and that's how Daniel Falkenham fell to 4th position.
Wow.
Man, oh, man, how it changes in a heartbeat here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 65 laps in. So far, we haven't been able to take it to a commercial break, folks, because it's been absolutely insane here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The last great Coliseum has not failed us tonight. The pace truck is off. It's in the flagman's hands. Derek Myers going to lead him off to the green flag. Howard didn't get going. Daniel Falkenham jumps out the second. Falkenham is on a mission here through turn 2.
Falkingham has nothing to lose. He's already made his way into the next round. So mostly he won the last race.
Yeah, but he can have 2 bad races and still not make it. It's not a win and you're in.
That's true. Well, the way he's driving now, he's flirting with disaster.
He is right now. He's got the 51 all over him right there. Quarter panel. Look at how close they were on the exit of 4. Daniel Falkenham on the inside. Justin Fuller on the outside. That Bojangles 51 Ford F-150. Huge momentum out of 2. He's going to take second spot. Falkenham fighting back on the inside, but now he's going to be fighting Ryan Howard for 3rd. The 39 is going backwards here, Andy Pepper.
Fuller's diving to the bottom of the track trying to work on Derek Myers. Myers shot.
Falkenham shut off Tommy Ryan there down the backstretch. Tommy Ryan, you can see, isn't happy about it. Gets up on that back bumper. Is he going to do anything off of the 1? Will Tommy Ryan try to move the 39 and get that position on him? Or maybe just sit there a little bit more comfortably and wait a few laps, try to hit that 4th spot?
Right behind him.
Here he comes.
Blocking him, looking to the bottom of the track. He's going to try to get around him, but he'll have to tuck back in line and follow Falkenham around the track here as they go down the straightaway, the back straightaway, that is. They go into the turn. Fogham drifts way high. Line will have to just tuck behind him and follow him around. As up front, we're still looking at that lead up there being battled between Myers and Fuller. Fuller dives to the bottom of the track and try to get to the bottom of the track and try to get momentum to try to get around Myers. Myers still running that preferred outside line where all the grip is. And Fuller.
Oh,
Fuller,
my
whoa,
goodness.
whoa.
Fuller
That time
sent
Fuller
it into
almost got
two.
into him.
He sent it. Full sent it into two. He full sends it into three again, but he's going to lose second spot now, maybe to Ryan Howard. The minute you take your truck off that top line, you know it's one of two things. You're going to make the pass on the guy in front of you, or you're losing that spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be the later for him. He's going to fall back, battling for second place with Howard side by side. The Virginia811.com, 33 holding that position.
Caution is out. Tommy Ryan is around.
Oh, that's not
Tommy
good.
Ryan, the number 99 of Tommy Ryan.
He was right behind Falkingham, so what happened to him?
He was right behind Daniel Falkingham. Let's take a look and see what happened here down the front stretch. He might get into the wall a little bit, might get a little loose, might get a little bit of help. We'll see what happens. He's going to come on the exit of two, and he just loses it down the backstretch.
All by himself.
Oh, and he tapped the inside wall. Might be a little bit of radiator damage on the number 99. Let's keep an eye on that. The 99 of Tommy Ryan needs a good finish here tonight. The defending series champion. Currently, we'll take a look at the point standings before the race one more time for you. Tommy Ryan, as we take a look at him, currently sits 16th in the playoff points. He's about 26 points behind the cutoff zone of Joey Gattina. He needs a good race here tonight. Joey Gattina is going to fall down those pits, down those point standings, probably back to about 14th, 15th here tonight. But if
Trey Eisen's not there as well.
Trey Einson, I am going to say it now. Trey Einson, E.J. O'Rourke, both officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there.
There's no way next week you gain enough points to get yourself back up in there. Officially eliminated themselves from the playoffs here tonight with their inability to make the race. You know, real life comes first, but at the end of the day here tonight, that is going to kill their championship opportunity.
It's a shame when stuff like that happens. You pay your dues to be in this league, and then in the time that counts the most, the world gets in the way.
Trey Einson was going for his third series championship. He's a two-time series champion. He is the 19 and 20 series champion. Tommy Ryan, the 2021 series champion. Justin Fuller, you're looking at him right now in second. He's the 2018 series champion, trying to get himself back up there, maybe become the 2022 series champion. E.J. O'Rourke is your 2017 series champion. He will not be getting his second series championship this year, so he's eliminated from the playoffs. Randy, that almost guarantees us a new champion.
Almost, but almost, yeah.
Almost, unless Justin Fuller can pull it off, which I do believe Justin Fuller goes to the round of six. But, Randy, we didn't tell everybody our last choice next week. For the championship four. Who is your final pick for the championship four?
Final four, I have Justin
or is it championship
Fuller.
Six? Hold on, it's championship six. Who is your sixth driver for the championship four?
I have Justin Fuller. I have, Daniel Falkingham. I have Derek Myers. I have Howard, Kelly, and Mojica.
My adjusted championship six, because of what has transpired the last couple of weeks. Gonna go with Falkingham. It's an easy choice. Hamish Gallagher. Justin Fuller. Pedro Mojica. Derek Myers. That's four, right? Yeah, that's four. Ryan Howard. And my sixth and final driver, Tyler Dalton.
Okay, so you're the only one you don't have that I switched with. You took Hamish Gallagher.
Yeah, I believe that the Australian from down under has an opportunity. The pace car is off. 80 laps complete. Derek Myers leads them back to the green here at Bristol. And Justin Fuller with a great restart. He's side by side on the exit at two. Into 3, the 51 might take the lead.
He's trying down to the bottom of the track. They're side by side.
Caution is out. Big wreck. Big wreck. Oh, my goodness. It's a massive wreck out of turn 4. The whole field is involved here. Oh, my God. Everybody from about 6th on back. Doug Roth, Hamish Gallagher, Daniel Falkenham, Pedro Mojica, Scott Simley, Ryan Howard, Josh Parker, Kevin Stone, Mike Montesi, Charles Woods, Richard Beasley, John Eckhart, Glenn Campbell, Ron Holyfield, Brian Wertman, Justin Fuller, Derek Myers, Randy Yoakum, John Higman, Mike Kelly, and Tyler Dalton. All involved in this massive pileup. What in the world happened? It starts up here with the 43. Oh, it starts in front of him. The 33 gets in the wall, and that turns the 43, fucking him down across the track. Mike Kelly gets through the middle with no damage, but just look at this behind him. Thomas Gallagher into the wall. The 40 stuck on the water barrels. The 17, the 44, the 81, the 6. Look at these drivers. They had nowhere to go.
I believe Mojica actually drove through it. Didn't he drive through this? I think he made it.
Let's take a look on Pedro Mojica's roll bars. Look at this. Look at the track in front of him, though. The track in front of him is just going to shut down. Look at this. Just look at this. Where do you go? It's a self-cleaning track, but my good God, where do you go? He gets run into from the out. Oh, he got some big damage in the left rear. Oh, him and Hamish almost get involved. We'll take another look at it from Hamish Gallagher's perspective here. Hamish just sitting himself right outside the top 10, just trying to get himself a good finish here. Watch the track close. The hole he was going for closed down. He got it from the rear end, the front end.
She said.
Oh, my God. Let's go on board Scott Simley here. He slides through the middle of this. I mean, this is a big one. This is a massive one. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Scott Simley. He just stops. Oh, he did get involved.
Oh, he stopped, and he almost made it. He was sitting there perfectly fine. All of a sudden, wham, right in the back. He got it. I want to look at Beasley. Let's watch this. Let's see what happened to Beasley, because I got a feeling Beasley took the.
I think he took the pit road. I think he took pit road.
He did. I think he just
look at him. He just goes, screw this. I'm going down here.
Yep, I saw that. I was thinking that's what he did.
Oh, smart man. Let's take a look at Justin Fuller here. He was your.
He just got the lead.
He just had gotten the lead, right? We're going to see him come around. Look at him coming through turn 4. He just sees the entire track. It's just everybody stopped in front of him. So let's go on board Glenn Campbell here. This will be our last view of the wreck. The track's just going to shut down in front of him. He's on his brakes as hard as he can, and he gets run into from the back by the 55. Actually, you know who did not get involved in this? Tommy Ryan did not get involved in that. Let's go on board Daniel Falkenham before we go back green flag racing here. This was not during the wreck. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Daniel Falkenham's point of view is a pretty wild one. Right in front of him it happens. He gets clipped. And then listen. Oh, so close to the inside wall.
He's still got quite a bit of damage, I think.
And we are back racing here. Green flag has come out. Justin Fuller back to your lead. Derek Myers in second. Jose Gonzalez to the inside of Derek Myers. The drivers continue to go around this racetrack. 88 laps complete here. Derek Myers has Jose Gonzalez behind him. Look at this. Look at this shook up top 10 now. Fuller, Myers, Gonzalez, Swavely. Richard Swavely, who looked like he might have a really tough time getting through to the second round. He might be able to luck his way into a great race here at Bristol.
But that's what I'm thinking, the same thing. I'm seeing that he's sitting 4th right now on the grid. And if he can finish in that top 5, he can definitely make his way to the next round, I would think.
He's not running slow lap times either. He's the 4th fastest truck on the racetrack right now.
Got a good-looking truck tonight. That pink and white truck that looks really sharp.
It reminds me of the Haas Automation.
Yes, it does. I would agree with that.
You got Woodward on there. You got Blacktooth, Skywarn. It's some nice sponsors on that machine there for the number 32. Get them some nice TV time here. Currently sitting in
Blacktooth
fourth.
reminds me of the Talladega Motor Speedway, the fans out there.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I'm just kidding, folks. Do not kill me when I come to Talladega.
Please don't. I like him.
Please don't kill me. I won't tell you when I'm coming there.
Let's take a look from Randy Yoko's machine, the VA811 machine. Currently sitting in fifth. Driver started back in 27th tonight. He's battling Pedro Mojica to his inside. You see him off there on the left-hand side. This is a beautiful pit. This is a beautiful point of view here for you to be able to see. Just how close these trucks come throughout the corners. Look at that banking. Was it 17 degrees? No, it's not 17 degrees. It's more than that.
It's more than that. 32.
32 degrees. Yeah, 32 degrees of banking here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Down to only 2 degrees straightaway. So have you ever noticed the drivers have to turn their wheels a little to the right here in the straightaway? And why is that, Randy Pepper?
Yeah, I'm choking over here, dude. Go ahead.
Well, the reason that is because it's a banked straightaway. There's not a flat part of this racetrack except for the runoff roads here. The corners are even banked down there. The bottom of the racetrack, all the way down where the Food City logo is, the Allsco logo, those logos, that's all banked. The only flat part of this racetrack is the pit road. Everything else has a banking to it. Even the garages have a banking to it.
Yep, there's nothing flat about this track. Nothing flat at all.
Randy Yoakum with a very respectable run here tonight, up to sixth. Look at that truck, though. He's kept it clean. That's the most important thing here at Bristol. Being able to keep your truck relatively clean. He's been involved in that massive wreck, but other than that,
he was involved in one.
He was involved in that huge wreck, and I mean the massive one that almost the entire field was involved in. But he's done a really good job of getting himself up there to sixth. Clean truck. Blinking a little bit, so we'll take a look here at Tyler Dalton, who's on his inside. So I don't give any of you guys a stroke. Tyler Dalton, kind of a different story. The Sim500 Transervice Truck Series machine. Little different story on that number 19. Number 19's beat up a little bit. The left side's all scraped up. The right side's all scraped up. Might be a little tough to put fuel in that machine. The rear spoiler might be a little messed up on it, but it might be driving like crap, but he's got it up to 7th.
You know, speaking of fuel, I actually just posted something on my Florida Fun and More YouTube channel about, it was just a short, about when you go to the gas station, you see some cars that have the gas tanks on the right, and some of them have them on the left. Any idea why? We see this with some Chevrolets. They'll have it on different sides of the car, on different models. Now we know in the European cars, they're all uniform. They're always the same size. But with American cars, we may see a car with the fuel tank on the left or maybe on the right. Any idea why this is? You have a lot of knowledge. Let's see if you know. I don't know.
I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Going to guess. I don't know. I do not know the answer to this question. I don't even think I've ever thought of this.
I actually asked a friend of mine that actually works at Grassroots Motorsports, which is a major publication that does car reviews and stuff. He did not have an answer as well, but you go ahead and shoot your answer.
The only thing I can think of is to alleviate some of the wait times at gas pumps.
That's a good answer.
So,
I like that. But
across the pond, they're all on one side, but their gas pumps reach both sides of your car. They're
little ours and Sam's.
Not all of them. Not all of them. All of the gas stations in well, at least in England. I can't speak for other countries, but I know at least in England, at least 93%, I think it is, of their gas pumps reach both sides of their cars. So no matter what side you park on, your fuel filler tank, you'll be able to reach it. It doesn't matter. Your fuel filler, you'll be able to reach it.
Huh. I did not know that.
Now here in America, I'd say, hell, maybe 10%, 15%
I would agree.
of our gas stations have gas lines that reach both sides of your car.
Yeah.
And when it's 21 degrees and it's going to snow tomorrow in New England, and we're going to get 3.5 feet of snow, everybody wants fuel. Now, how do you alleviate the issue of not being able to reach both sides? Well, you have drivers pull in facing forward with opposite side gas tanks. So the people go on the left, go to the left side gas pump. People with the tank on the right go to the right side gas pump.
Right.
Now, if we were smart, we'd just have the gas tanks, that the gas fuel lines that hang above the car, that when you pull it out, you go either side, doesn't matter. So you, A, don't scratch your car, and B, can fill up from either side. That's what we would do if we were smart.
Okay, so let's see if you. I know how old you are. Do you remember where the gas tank?
I remember they used to be in the middle and the back.
Where was it?
It was behind the logo.
It was actually.
It was
right
always behind the emblem.
Not the emblem. No, it was behind the
license plates. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And the license plates used to swivel.
Yes.
Now they don't do that anymore because they used to snap off because they were made of cheap plastic. You ever stood behind a 1978 Ford Mustang and you look like you're just giving it to it while you're giving it fuel? That's probably why they don't do that anymore, because everybody has a sick mind. I'm just saying. Imagine that picture, okay? You're standing behind a 1972 green Ford Mustang. You have the fuel filler, but it's between your legs. People have a they have a really messed up mind. I'm just saying.
To go there, I wasn't even going to go there, but that's great that you did. Out front, it's Fuller over Mojica, Gonzalez, Dalton, Myers, and Coleman actually around Myers now for fifth. So
I've heard people make that joke before about cars like that. That's why I'm like, listen, I kind of understand why they don't do it anymore, because people are stupid.
Yeah, but it actually was a good idea, because then that line wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have, because it's right in the middle. But the other thing is that when you get hit in the rear, direct rear impact, fuel would just leak out.
Yeah, exactly. The reason they did that was I believe it was a Corvair was one of the instigators of that. Several of those, the Pinto and the Gremlin were another couple that they had problems with those two.
The 71, I want to say, 71 Mustang.
Somewhere around there.
It might have been the 70 Mustang. Had an issue where the seal would constantly leak fuel. No matter if it was a new seal or an old seal. You could never fill your tank full. You could only fill it 3/4 or more, because as soon as it got over that lip, it would just start to leak out.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That's another reason they did it, because it's just, I mean, you drive behind you look like you're going back to the future. You just got lines of friggin' fuel and flames. Speaking of flames coming out behind the car, Jose Gonzalez has some flames coming out behind his car, but it's from Tyler Dalton's helmet. Here comes the 19. He's got some of the freshest tires on the track. He's coming. And Pedro Mojica with the freshest tires with some of the freshest tires on the track, and Pedro Mojica in the top 5. He's coming for the lead. Mojica to the lead. The 77's going to drive away. Fuller's got almost 100-lap-old tires.
What number did you call him?
Huh?
You said the 77.
Oh, I said 77. Why did I call him the 77?
I have no idea, because his numbers obviously says he's kind of at 58.
Who's
but
the
that's
77?
Okay.
We don't even have a 77. Wait. The 58 is going to drive away. He pitted on lap 77. That's what it is.
Jamie Murray come back?
I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm going to call him Christopher Mojica next.
Actually, it wasn't Jamie. It was who had the 77? It was Sam Horton. Actually drove it for a while. There was a couple
but I'm saying I'm going to call him Christopher Buescher. I'm going to call him Christopher Mojica. All right, Pedro Mojica, he's driving away, Randy. The 58 is driving away. 24 to go. He's got fresh tires compared to that 51. I mean, he's flying.
Yes, he is on a whole nother mission to himself, and he's running away with the Chevrolet truck tonight.
Here's the thing, though. Chad Coleman, if he doesn't run out of... Oh, Chad Coleman! Issues for the 38. For the 38. The 38 is pulling off the track. Did he just blow up?
Something happened to him. I didn't hear it, but
He went off into turn 3. Oh, he blew up. He blew up. The 38 is blown up.
He did blow up.
Oh, man, the 38 of Chad Coleman. He was coming, too. One of the fastest trucks on the track. He might bring out a caution here. He is slowly driving around the bottom of the racetrack. He's not going to have enough momentum to get himself to pit road. That's not going to get to pit road.
We might as well just pull the plug and pull out.
It's going to come to a stop before pit road. It's going to come to a stop right here before pit road, I bet you. I don't think it's going to make it.
It's not. He's going to make it.
He might make it. He's going to make it to the first pit stall.
He's clear.
He is off the racetrack. It will not interfere in the finish of this race.
That doesn't mean anything. We still have 19 laps to go. Anything is possible as we see Mojica now catching some of those slower trucks, including Josh Parker, who was to have a good night tonight if he had any hope of making it to the next round.
Josh Parker's in 11th. He's had a decent evening. He might have a good chance because of all the issues everybody ahead of him has had. This is going to shake up everything.
Yeah, we have 11 trucks. Actually, 10 trucks are on the lead lap.
Hey, Randy, you're in control for a minute.
All right. 16 laps left to go. Mojica leads. But as I was just telling you, we only have 10 trucks on the lead lap as Mojica continues to run blistering laps around Bristol Motor Speedway in the Transervice Truck Series here tonight, Sim500 Series. And we have several drivers running good laps. Fuller still running pretty good laps, but he is 2.5, 2.6 seconds behind Mojica. 14 laps remaining, counting down the laps. But anything can happen. We're at Bristol. As Mojica starts to lap more and more of these trucks, some of these guys may panic. Mojica may get loose. Who knows? We have to watch and see how Mojica slices and dices his way as he works on the 74. Workman is in front of him right now. 13 laps left. Workman right in front of the leader. Is this going to frustrate Mojica? It's not slowing him down any. Well, at least it actually is, because Fuller has gained on him by just a couple tenths. Not too bad, as Mojica now kind of just relaxing there. And he sees an outside groove. He's going to jump to the outside to get around Workman. He gets around Workman. Now he'll set his sights on the next truck in line. That is Beasley. As we see a fast truck of Scott Simley right up behind our leader. He's going to look to the outside to try to go around our leader. And I hope Mojica sees he's there. 10 laps remain here at Bristol. Simley goes around our leader. He'll unlap himself at least for one lap. I don't know how much that's going to help him. He's 26 laps down, but he gets at least one more lap down. As Mojica now all by himself. 7 laps remaining, actually 8 laps to go. Mojica in a mission all by himself is 2.4 seconds behind or in front of Fuller. Fuller's just ahead of Tyler Dalton. Then is Gonzalez, Kelly, Myers, Swavely, Woods, Beasley. And Beasley is the last guy on the lead lap, running 9th right now. 9 trucks on the lead lap here in Bristol as Pedro Mojica running the lap. 6 laps remaining. 6 more rounds around the Bristol Motor Speedway for Pedro Mojica. The man with the funniest icon, or at least a weird icon, I would say, for his Discord. 5 laps, 5 more circuits around. He'll make his way off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3, pulls it down to the middle of the track. He'll slide around off of turn number 4. This will complete just 4 laps remain. Down to the bottom of the track. Now he is catching some of these slower trucks. Mojica to the outside, going around the 04 truck. He'll get around him. No problem. 3 laps remain. 3 laps for Pedro Mojica. Off of turn number 2, he'll drift up to the back of the wall there, down to the bottom of the track. He'll move to the middle groove. He'll keep it safe. 2 laps remain for Pedro Mojica. To the bottom of the track, he's got 2 trucks running side by side in front of him. Let's hope nobody gets in the way of him. He can relax a little bit now. He's 3.8 seconds ahead of Fuller. He'll come across the line. Last lap. Final lap for Pedro Mojica. He'll fall off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the last time. Into turn number 3, middle of the track. Off of turn number 4 to the flag. Here comes Pedro Mojica, and he will win at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Transervice Sim500 150.
What a win for the 58 of Pedro Mojica, Randy.
Absolutely, a great run. And Fuller's going to come up and give him a little tap from behind, give him just a tip. Congratulate him on a great win tonight. And get ready to see him burn him down.
What a finish.
And there he goes, burning him down. So your top 3 tonight, Mojica, Fuller, and Dalton.
A major shakeup this evening. Major shakeup with the points. 100% going to change the way these playoffs play out now. I mean,
I love it. Fuller did what he had to do. He was back a little way, so he actually finished second. So we know he will move up in positions in the points, as well as Dalton as well.
Let's go ahead and get our 3rd place finisher, Tyler Dalton, up here. Tyler, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy, good sir?
You got a copy?
All right.
How's traffic look back the other way? You got a bear on the right side? Look, no, just sorry. But saying copy. I'm sorry about that, Tyler.
Jesus, Randy.
I was resorting back to my CB days.
Oh my God. Anyway, Tyler, how was it out there tonight? Heck of a finish, 3rd place. Even with a destroyed truck, you were able to get it up there to 3rd. How'd that feel?
It was eventful. Started off, didn't qualify where we wanted to, got loose in qualifying. And then I thought our day was pretty much over after that early wreck. And we kept getting it fixed. We got it fixed there. And I don't know, everything felt good there at the end. I knew I had a good long run truck. I didn't have any short run speed, but on the long run I had speed. I think I was second fastest there to Pedro. Fuller was on some older tires, but I'm in the playoffs, and it's not worth trying to gain one spot to possibly lose a whole bunch of them. So just going to try to race them clean there and try to get second on the last lap. Didn't quite get there, but would take 3rd after the way that race started.
Tyler, you needed a good run tonight. Was that in the back of your mind?
Well, we had a pretty good run at Pocono, and now we ended up with a pretty good run at Bristol, so we should be sitting pretty good in points going into the next race.
Absolutely. You should be. I don't know the points are. I know Nick was working on them, so by the end of this broadcast, you'll be able to find out exactly where you're sitting. So stay tuned to that. And congratulations on that win or 3rd place position tonight. So I want to thank anybody.
Yeah, just want to thank all my Sim500 Mafia teammates, even though we did sort of have a collision there in the beginning. Sucked that Joey got wrecked out. He was pretty good, but ended up having a good run. Other teammate Derek Myers finished 6th, so good run for him too, and we'll go get him next week.
All right, we'll see you next week, man.
Thanks, Tyler. All right, let's get Justin Fuller up here, our 2nd place finisher. Oh, I can't. Hold on.
Where's he at?
There we go. Justin, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy, good sir?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, man, Justin, tonight was one of those nights. I mean, it had everything. You half spun, caused a caution, got rear-ended, the whole field wrecked behind you twice. I mean, coming home second, it might be a little disappointing, but how did it feel out there?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of disappointing, but after last week, it's just nice to get a decent finish out of here. I definitely think I was the fastest truck by far, so it's kind of unfortunate. But you know, these races are not easy to win by any means. So if you get second place, it's a good night. We only took one set of tires all night, and that's really where the downfall was. I mean, obviously, you know, if you could see the future on when the cautions are going to come out, you could you know, you can plan that stuff out. But we were lucky to hang on a second there. Tyler was coming pretty hard, and so was Mike Kelly, I think, believe there at the end. So, and they had fresher tires than me.
So did you, when you saw those guys pit that last time, and you did not pit, and you knew they were going to have fresher tires, were you just kind of holding on, holding your breath, hoping you were going to finish good tonight?
It was kind of hard to pass, so I was just kind of hoping, you know, if I built up a gap, maybe I could just maintain it, and then when they got to me, I could just run the top. But there was no chance of that happening. We built that gap up. Pedro was able to run me down and get by me pretty easily. I was getting way too tight. The It's just unfortunate, you know. It is what it is, but it was a lot of fun.
And it helped you. You definitely got the points you needed, so that's a good thing in your camp.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week, really, it was a really good track for me, and I really botched qualifying. I put myself in the back, put myself in a hole last week, so we really needed to come in tonight and have a good run. So we were able to get that taken care of.
Congratulations on the second place finish tonight. I want to thank anybody tonight.
Yeah, thanks to Transervice Logistics for sponsoring the series. Thanks to you guys putting on the broadcast, Sim500, all the admins, everybody that raced and everybody that watched. Thanks to Trey Edson for always keeping me looking good out here on the racetrack. I think we go to Auto Club next week, so I'm looking forward to that. That's another one of my favorite tracks. So, yeah, I just want to send an apology out to everybody too that got involved in that wreck where I half spun going into the corner. I got loose out 2, and then I just absolutely lost the back end going into 3. So,
You brought up Trey Eidson. Now, where was he tonight? Do you have any idea?
I'm not really sure. I know he's got some stuff going on, so he might have just been a little busy tonight, couldn't race. I don't know. That'd be a question you have to ask him sometime.
Yeah, we would like to know that because last week he did not have a good run, and then this week, not here.
Well, for Pocono, he was the reason he wasn't here. He was attending the North Wilkesboro late model race. So
okay.
I'm not sure where he was tonight. So.
Oh, that's right. He went to go see the. Yeah, I know. I forgot he did that.
I didn't talk to him at all today, so I don't know. He may have just forgot. He may have just got busy with life. You never know. So, it is what it is. You know, they're just pixel trucks. You know, we're just out here having fun. But.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again on a second. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, and we'll get our buddy Pedro Mojica up here. Our winner tonight, I don't want to say something incorrect. Yeah, his third win.
I was going to say he was on a run there for a while. Yeah,
his third win of 2022. The man we said was our championship hopeful and favorite coming into the playoffs based on he was peaking at the right time. Peaks again with a win here at Bristol. Pedro, welcome into the booth. You got Randy and Nick. How you doing?
Hey guys, I guess I'm kind of surprised that I'm here right now in Victory Lane. It's man, what a wild night, especially for how it started. I would have not believed if you told me early in the race that we were going to be in Victory Lane. So pretty happy, man.
Are you talking about you know, the initial green flag start where you know, maybe not, you might have gotten involved in something right at the start there?
Yeah, that didn't help for sure. Jose got in the back of me. It looked like it was a little net code there, so you know, he didn't mean it. He apologized, so it's all good. Unfortunately, we got out of there with minimal damage. We did 360 and kept going, but man, we had lost all that track position, and it was pretty hard to pass. You know, everybody's running about the same speed, so it made it really hard to pass and get back through the field. And kind of the yellows came out at weird times, so just kind of strategy-wise, what were you going to do, right, with tires? And then, I mean, honestly, the big wreck at lap 81, I had stopped and essentially missed the wreck, and the guys behind me started wrecking and pile drove into my rear. rear of the truck, and I thought we were in trouble. Saw the RPMs were good, and I decided, you know, I just got tires. Let me just stay out. I think I'll be okay. And wouldn't you know, that probably was the winning move. And even at that moment, I didn't even think I was going to win. I just thought I could maybe manage a top 5, and then just started. You know, we had that long green run towards the end, or to the end, and I got in a groove. And you know, some of those guys in front of me didn't take tires until like lap 40 or till 40, so they had older tires, and it just worked out, man. That's why I was kind of surprised, because leading all the way up to that, you know, seemed like we were on the wrong end of strategy, no track position, and involved in the big wreck, and somehow it all just kind of fell into my lap, and we were able to pull off the win.
Well, congratulations on that. That was an awesome run by you. We did not expect it as well. We thought for sure after those little mishaps you had, you were out of it. And then out of nowhere, I look at the scoreboard and I see Mojica coming, and I'm like, what the heck? Where the heck did he come from? And then you took the lead, and it was like you were off on a whole nother planet. So congratulations on that, Pedro. We enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, no, for sure. The strategy worked out there at the end. I mean, Fuller's one of the best trucks out there, and he had pitted early and didn't pit again, and we had pitted again. So the tires, that's what made the difference ultimately there at the end. So just glad that we were on the right end of the strategy there at the end.
Well, you want to thank anybody for your big win tonight?
Yeah, you guys at Ghost Fire Media, appreciate you guys putting on the broadcast. Transervice for sponsoring this series. Trucks are a lot of fun. Just, you know, so I appreciate them. Hopefully we put on a good show for them in the broadcast. All the admins at Sim500, appreciate them for what they do, and all the work they put in to you know, have this league for us, so we can race and have fun. And everybody at Team Name, I appreciate them. We had a guest today, Justin Fuller, so it was a lot of fun racing with him and all the guys on there. We all had our little issues, but we kept it light in there and made it fun.
Oh, good. Very good. Congratulations again on a good win tonight. Really fun to watch you win tonight. It was entertaining, to say the least, and we wish you luck next week here in the Sim500 Transervice Truck Series. We'll see you next week then.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, Nick, that was an interesting race tonight. Did not expect it to be the way it was, but it was a lot of fun to watch it, how it played out.
No, I did not expect the way this all came down to the wire tonight, and the way it finished, the way it played out in general tonight was definitely very entertaining. And Randall, I'll tell you what, I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for next week for a couple of reasons. But number one, we're going to Auto Club.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Auto Club.
You're one of the few, but that's okay. It's all good. It'll be a fun race. I'm sure we'll see a lot of really good competitive racing there, as we know this is a cutoff race. So these guys are they're gonna do everything they can to make it to that final, or actually not final round, but to the next round. So, do you not agree there?
I am excited. You know, it's next week is going to be intense. That's the thing that this playoffs brings, right? Next week we have an elimination race. An elimination race, Randy.
Elimination, that's right.
Elimination at Auto Club Speedway. I'm excited. Randy, do you want to go ahead and read off our results while I get our points?
If you can post them for me and I will see them, yeah, I can go do that. All right, tonight's winner was Pedro Mojica. Justin Fuller was second. Tyler Dalton was third. Jose Gonzalez brought it home fourth. Fifth was Mike Kelly, who had a great run tonight. Nice to see him run well in the number 2. Sixth was Derek Myers. Richard Swavely had a great run in his number 32 truck. Eighth was Richard Beasley. The last guy on the lead lap was Charles Woods in the 9. 10th was Brian Wertman. 11th, Josh Parker. 12th was Daniel Falkingham, who did not have a good night. 13th, Randy Yoakum. 14th was John Higman Jr. 15th was Doug Sigmund. 16th, Chad Coleman. 17th, Scott Simley. 18th, Ron Holyfield, who seemed to find a lot of trouble throughout the race. Ended up 28 laps down, and that's as far as my screen goes. So let's see if we can go any farther. All right, here we go. All right, let's see here. All right, 19th was Hamish Gallagher in the 22. 20th was Glenn Campbell. 21st, Bentley Glazer. 22nd, John Erkman the 5th. 23rd was Mike Montesi. Doug Roth brought home 24th. 25th was Kevin Stone. 26th, Tommy Ryan. 27th, Ryan Howard. 28th, a terrible night for Joey Katina in that 14. 20th, Jeff Ryan. 30th was Jamie Massey, who was 150 laps down. That means he made one lap, or almost.
Randy, fill time.
What was that?
Fill some time.
Oh, okay. No problem. Hey, so we thank you for watching tonight. Now, don't forget, we've got great racing coming up next week from California. We're going to be out there doing the California race, and it's going to be a great time. Nick and myself, once again doing the Ghostfire Media. And we've also got great racing in the Ghostfire Media Network. Monday nights, the North-South League with Adam and Josh. They always do a great job, so tune into that. So if you haven't watched any of our recent videos here in the Ghostfire Media, you can always check them out. They're on YouTube. If you missed something, go back, watch last week's race. Go watch and see what's happening in North-South Racing League. They do a great job over there. So that's some of the easy ways to check out some of the stuff. And don't forget, hey, if you're thirsty, El Bandito Yankee Tequila is your place for smooth Yankee Tequila. That's right. And by the way, if you're in the Charlotte area coming up, we've got Charlotte Racing coming at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and another big race there in the playoffs for the NASCAR series. And you can check out myself as well as Pat Patterson, the racing guy. We will be playing at a couple places up in the Mooresville area. One is the Hilton Garden Inn, and the other one will be, I cannot remember the place, but we will be up there. I forget the name. I can't believe we played there 4 or 5 times. I still can't remember the name.
Randy, are you
Anyways,
ready?
Let's get out of here. Right?
Point standings. Pedro Mojica, your new points leader at 2,096. Daniel Falkenham, second with 2,095. Back in third, Tyler Dalton at 2082. Derek Myers, 2081. Mike Kelly in fifth with 2079. Justin Fuller in sixth with 2077. Chad Coleman in seventh with 2072. Hamish Gallagher in eighth with 2064, along with Scott Simley as they tied for eighth position. Back in 10th, Richard Beasley with 2060. Back in 11th, it's going to be Ryan Howard with 2053. Sitting right on that bubble in 12th, Bentley Glazier at 2046. Joey Katina, a rough night tonight, 1 point out of the playoffs, going into Auto Club next week at 2045. Josh Parker got himself up to 14th, 2033. Another tough week for anybody next week ahead of him. And a good week for him. Josh will sneak his way into that second round and have a new life in these playoffs. Back in 15th, Richard Swavely. He's going to require some assistance. He's going to require a lot of assistance next week, but we'll see what can happen. Tommy Ryan in 16th, same thing. Going to need the world to catch on fire in front of him for a lot of these guys. 17th and 18th, though, officially eliminated from the playoffs. Trey Eidson, E.J. O'Rourke, they're going to be your first 2 eliminations this year.
And 2 that we did not see that was going to happen that way. And these guys that are sitting there on the bubble back there, unfortunately, California is not going to be the track that you are going to see a massive amount of wrecks usually, unless it's some weird coincidence happens. It won't be like here at Bristol. We won't see that. But we do know if there are any major wrecks, and it does take out a large portion of the field, it will be game over for them because the speeds are so much greater than they are here. So, anyways, all right, let's get out of here.
You want to leave? You want to get on the plane and get back home? Why does it say Pocono? I changed that. Whatever. It's lying.
Yeah, we're still Pocono. We're looking at Bristol, but we're Pocono.
It's lying. I changed it.
Oh,
hold on.
I want to beat down the door like the Young Bucks and head on out of here and get down to Daytona Beach, where I'm from. Actually, Ormond Beach. I don't want to say Daytona Beach because there's too many meth heads down there. But I'm heading back to Ormond Beach. Heading back to the beach, and I know you're heading back home as well. So let's get out of here, Nick. We will see you next week on the Ghostfire Media Network from Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm Randy Pepper. That's Nick Adams, and we'll see you next week here in the Sim500 Transervice Truck Series.
Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.